Hello, and welcome to the HCU Network. I'm your host, Grace Fieser.
And I'm Campbell Brennan. We are live bringing you the latest school announcements.
We have closed out our first month of the spring co-op semester and hope everyone has enjoyed their time with us. We welcome all students who are new to the co-op and hope that you'll stick around for more HCU fun.
Recently, I've gone on a few field trips. On February 15th, the co-op went to a farm petting zoo where the farmers taught students about farm and animal life. Activities included chicken, goat, and donkey interactions and feedings.
We also went on a guided civil rights field trip on February 27th in honor of Black History Month. The civil rights movement took place from 1954 to 1968 here in the U.S. to abolish legalized segregation and discrimination throughout the United States. HCU organized a civil rights field trip to give our kids a touch of the civil rights movement.
The walking tour began at the African American Monument at the State House and lasted approximately 7 blocks. Columbia's Main Street was a stage for a number of defining moments during the Civil Rights Movement. The Civil Rights Movement helped shape America to what we now know and experience it to be.
Up and coming this Wednesday, we have our State House and Governor's Mansion field trip. This is an annual event put on for Homeschool Day at the Capitol.
This event is open to all South Carolina homeschoolers and must be registered for in advance. Students will learn about the state government and will partake in a tour of the State House. State House tours are for 3rd grade and up only.
When you sign in at the registration table, scavenger hunt sheets will be provided if you wish to take one. Miss Heather McDonald and Miss Jen Trask are our hosts for this field trip. Miss Jen will keep the kids younger than 3rd grade to play on the State House ground, while Miss Heather takes the rest of the kids on the tour inside.
Our Discovery Place Science field trip took place this past Wednesday, March 8th, up in Charlotte, North Carolina. Families had fun participating in spy exhibit, lasers, and cracking all the safes. HCU coordinator Megan Vanderhyde stated, and I quote, "The best part of the field trip was the frog exhibit and seeing types of frogs you've never seen before."
Some of the frogs were as big as my face. And now, here is Autumn and Conan with today's weather, HCU birthdays, and a few other important messages.
Hello, thank you for joining us today. I'm Autumn Lawrence.
And I'm Conan Brodowski. We are here today giving you the latest weather report.
Today, you can expect cloudy skies all day, with windy conditions expected to arrive around 12 p.m.
We have a high of 66 degrees and a low of 53 degrees. Grab your umbrellas because rain clouds are expected to stick around until around 12 p.m.
Today's average humidity is 75%, and wind is currently 5 miles per hour from the southeast.
Today's overall wind speeds will be between 4 to 13 miles per hour with wind gusts up to 25 miles an hour.
Hey, fun fact, did you know that the World Health Organization monitors the world's UV index?
That's right, Autumn, they sure do. What is that, you might ask? Well, it's the ultraviolet radiation index, or for short, UVI. It's the amount of radiation being emitted from the sun.
So why is this information important? Well, the higher the UVI, the greater the potential is for skin damage to occur.
We're talking sunburns, people! Even though the sun isn't out today.
That's right. You can protect yourself by wearing a good sunblock, preferably with a 30 to 50 SPF range. You can protect yourself by asking your parents to tell you what the current UVI is for the day. They can get this information by simply going to the weather app on their phones.
They have categories from low to high levels. Today we are currently at a low level. However, levels are expected to increase to moderate or higher by 4 p.m. today.
And for my more melanated friends like me, although we have more protection because we have a higher amount of pigmentation in our skin, some buggers are friend. As the weather warms, protect yourself on high concentration days of UV light.
And that's it for today's weather. Now let's quickly give a big shout out to the HCU students who have had birthdays during the months of February and March. That would be Latari Scott, Aaron, Ellie McGauley, Brianna Miller, Easton Frank, David Boyle, Sarah McHugh, Catalina, and Elijah Wright. Let's give them all a big happy birthday.
Hey Conan, want to hear about birthday joke?
Sure.
What does a baby computer call its father?
I don't know. What?
Data.
All right, well then, that's quite funny, I suppose. I got one. What's the difference between a hippo and a Zippo?
I do not know.
One is heavy and the other is a lot lighter.
Well, this has been fun. Hey guys, I'm Autumn Lawrence.
And I'm Conan Brodowski, here bringing you today's weather and a few bad Very, very, very bad jokes.
Now back to Grace and Campbell as they close out today's broadcasting.
Thanks, Conan. And now for our monthly prayer requests. Carson has asked us to pray for the sick, and Gage wants us to pray for his sister's leg to heal. We will be praying. And a big thank you goes to our co-host, Campbell Brown, and news director, Jackson Wright, for taking the time to collect these special prayers, up and coming for the month of April. Autumn Lawrence will be in charge of collecting prayers during recess and lunchtime. If there is ever a time you need additional prayer, please see Autumn, and she will ensure she adds your prayer request to our next news broadcast.
And now a little bit of news around the world. ABC News turned to a University of Cincinnati biologist to explain what environmental damage a February 3rd train derailment caused in East Palestine, Ohio. The Norfolk Southern train spilled chemicals such as vinyl chloride into creeks feeding the Ohio River. The Ohio Department of Natural Resources said the spill killed tens of thousands of fish, salamanders, crayfish, and other aquatic organisms.
Now, let's discuss the High Seas Treaty. A historic deal to protect international waters was finally reached at the UN. It has been almost 2 decades in the making, but late on Saturday night in New York, after days of grueling around-the-clock talks, UN members finally agreed on a treaty to protect the high seas.
In other news, AMC theaters will start to change movie ticket prices based on seating location. At your next visit to AMC theaters, getting a prime seat may cost you a little extra. The country's largest movie chain is rolling out Sightline at AMC, a ticket pricing initiative based on seat location within the auditorium. Similar to music concerts and sporting events, moviegoers will have the option to pay more or less for admission depending on where they choose to sit in the venue. In effect, front row seats will be available at a lower price, while seats in the middle of the theater will be available at a higher price.
That is absolutely absurd. Well, my friends, you better start putting in those summer job applications because the cost of life just got a little higher.
Yes, you're right, Grace. Thank you for that reminder. Moving on to more HCU information, our next Pizza Friday is scheduled in just a short 3 weeks on Friday, March 31st. HCU administration is currently taking orders and will continue to do so leading up to the last Monday of the month, March 27th. Be sure to get your order in and enjoy the pizza festivities. You have the option of either cheese or pepperoni, and for a drink, Coke or Sprite. Drinks are $1 each, and for pizza is $2 a slice. We'll be ordering from Domino's for the month of March. Purchasing link can always be found in the notice section and van. If you have any questions, please reach out to our co-op coordinator, Megan Vanderhyde.
Now, for a little bit of journalism news. The journalism and broadcasting students of HCU will be conducting their first interview on Friday, March 31st, right here at Co-op from 10 a.m. to 11.
That's right. We will officially be conducting our service interview where we have a conversation with a member of the community that serves for a living. We figured what better way to begin our search of finding the right candidates was to search in our own backyard.
Yes, we'll be interviewing senior pastor Mr. Ray Washington and family pastor Rob Townsend. These two individuals play a major role in the existence of the HCU Co-op by simply allowing us to utilize their space, which we will be forever grateful for.
Journalism and broadcasting students have curated a well-balanced get to it type of question.
Yes, that's correct. Now, some of these questions are kind of tough, I will admit. Questions such as, how do you feel when you meet a non-believer that doesn't want to learn about Christ? What is your take on the separation of the church and state, as well as religions not being allowed in schools?
As well as, do you feel that if our politicians were allowed to freely exercise religion, would there be better moral judgments being made?
Viewer discretion is advised. This interview will be aired live on Friday, March 31st in the HCU Parent Lounges. If you are unable to tune in live, you may catch the replay at Homeschool Collaborators United YouTube channel. Be sure you are subscribed.
Next week, March 17th, we have Green Day. All students and teachers are encouraged to wear green for St. Patrick's Day. We also have Pajama Day on March 24th. All students and teachers are encouraged to wear their pajamas to school to show their HCU pride.
In closing, please ensure that all students continue to bring their water bottles and backpacks every week to Co-op. Parents, make sure that you are checking lost and found every week.
Yes, that's right. Also, please ensure you are checking the band notice section periodically throughout the week for important information such as the baby donation drive. Be on the lookout for communication on our spring graduation and the end of the year dance. Graduation will be for all students, and students will receive their certificate of completion. Friendly reminder that the HCU attendance policy states students have to be present for at least 75% of classes to receive their certificates. That's 9 out of 12 classes. In the event that you have missed more than 3 classes for any reason, please still attend the graduation party. The co-op has gone to great lengths to secure the venue, and we don't want any students to miss out on the dance, food, and festivities. Mr. Tim, Haley's dad, will be our DJ.
Well, that's it for now. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to our first ever broadcast. We had an amazing time doing this and hope you will tune in again for our second broadcast, which will be airing soon. Thanks so much, everyone. Signing off, I am Grace Fieser.
And I'm Campbell Brown. Thanks again, everyone. Have an amazing day.